welcome to the Standpoint. This is one of the programs. My guest today is a beautiful Michelle Attoh. The untold story, the other side of her. I'm sure you know her acting part. You heard some few rumors here and there. That's what we love to do in this country. Yes. Today we are going to hear the untold story, the true story. Where has she been? My name is Gifty Auntie. Thank you to GTP for my cloth. This dress was made by Chic, by Siba. Yes, she's at East Legon. She made this dress for me. My accessories always provided by Matilda Hood Couture. MHC, they are at the trade fair. Let me also say thank you to Paba Cosmetics for the makeup product. They stayed with us for over 6 years, and we are really, really grateful to them for their loyalty. And thank you to Makeup and More who applied the makeup. We will be back with Michelle Attoh, the untold story.
Hello, I'm Amma, and I'm a W Young professional.
My name is Benedetta. I'm a W in business.
Hi, I'm AC, and I'm proud to represent the W and family.
I have access to the best sources of inspiration, an outstanding mentor, career workshops, and more.
I am connected to a panel of professional advisors. I even got a new business partner through a W seminar.
Being a working mother is amazing, and W empowers us with special lifestyle offers, an early saver for the kids, and bank assurance protection for the whole family.
Sign on to W at any Access Bank branch near you.
Get inspired.
Get connected.
Get empowered.
W, inspiring, connecting, empowering.
Middo, what?
Odo, I your best my power.
Tinatek tomac mixture. Oh, be only osani ye fuyeri bean yasem. Sana tinatek malakeno so. Etu malaria, tipaye, stress, any unam yao bias.
Free 020-816-0807 and 0276-875629.
Tinatek in Europe.
Aye, Busian Chamfa. Limbo! Hey, hi. One can. Neighbor to for dinner.
LEAP.
Lip tomato paste.
Oh,
what else?
Honey, when you say lip tomato paste, they be an idea. And so be so.
Never. No more say hi.
Madam, the food tastes very good. What's the secret?
LEAP.
Lip.
Lip tomato paste. Emma Edouania de Papa.
For bulk purchase, contact 050-140-1088.
The things you do for me.
It's a new beginning and a new dawn. The Standpoint, 8 years of impacting women and society by the grace of God. The celebration kicks off with the Women Call to Worship Conference on the 9th of July at Trinity Baptist Church, opposite former IPS. Theme, Woman, where is your faith? Come, let's praise and worship together with women and men of substance who have graced our programs over the years. Performing are Willie and Mike, Wedua, Cece Chum, Becky Bonnie, Cynthia McCauley, Tina Mumford.
Poetry by Nanaya Owusua.
There will also be special ministration by Becca, Amanda Gisi, and others. The Muslim Women's Conference follows on the 16th of July at the forecourt of GDA Studios, 9 a.m. prompt, under the theme The Muslim Woman, Promoting Peace and Development. Come deliberate with Muslim women and men across the country. And finally, get your sports gear ready for the 8th Femathon, a walk for peace on the 23rd of July. Venue, Elwak Sports Stadium, Accra. Time, 6 a.m. There will be fun games, cooking competition, and so much more.
Sponsored by, supported by media partners.
The Standpoint at 8. Woman, arise and shine. Your new dawn is here.
Welcome back to the Standpoint. My guest today is Michelle Attoh. Michelle, welcome to the Standpoint.
Thank you so very much for having me. It's such an honor to be here.
So, Michelle, after Ultimate Paradise, you vanished from the system. Where did you go?
Well, first and foremost, I got married.
Okay.
So I was, I was nursing, I was mothering, I was also, a wife. So I was, a home, caretaker.
Okay.
And in between, I also traveled to South Africa. So I was hosting, or actually featured in a TV series called Igoli.
Yes.
So between, say, 1995 and 2000, I was pretty much, caretaker of the home and also a business, startup business, owner, as well as being a presenter on DSTV and also featuring on Igoli.
So you relocated to South Africa?
I actually didn't relocate to South Africa. I was in between South Africa and here a lot.
Really?
Yes.
We hardly saw you here.
You see, one of the things that I've come to realize about myself is that I don't like to be everywhere, like I said. I would pick and choose where I want to be, and if it's something that, resonates truth and it has some kind of relevance to what I'm going through at that particular time, I will be there.
You said that's something you've come to realize about yourself.
Yes.
So when you were growing up, who did you think you were? And
I didn't
what
know
did you
who I
want
was.
to be?
Well, growing up, I wanted to be a lawyer.
Okay.
Because I have a very sort of, analytical mind. I tend to sort of see things from a rational standpoint and also like to argue it out. So that was my main passion as a teen, or rather a young child. But, as life will take you through different, couloirs and different passages of your journey.
Did you at any point have to give up your acting career when you got married?
I did.
Voluntarily?
It was a choice that was based on sacrifice. You as a young mother and as a young wife, you have to make some choices that are hard on you because you have to make priorities and prioritize on who needs more of your time. So I needed to be there as for my husband, and I needed to be there for my children.
Do you have any regrets by making those choices at that time?
I don't have any regrets in life. I'm actually glad that whatever
You're
I've
sure
been
about that,
yes, I am.
Michelle.
Because, I think that in life you have to make mistakes. You have to be able to go through certain trials and certain, tribulations. And that's where you get to know who you really are. And those are the learning curves that make you who you are wherever you are in your life, when you come to realize and acknowledge that you don't regret anything that you've been through. I have no regrets.
You sound like a very strong woman.
I'm very weak as well, or I have been weak. And I find that, once you are able to determine where you are weak, that's what makes you strong.
How's it like growing up for you? Yeah, you grew up here in Ghana?
I left Ghana when I was about 5 years old.
Okay.
And was taken away to Italy. So it was a completely different cultural shock for me. And a different environment, clearly. It was very cold a lot. And a different language. So none of, I didn't have any friends from Ghana. I didn't have any family members apart from my mom, clearly, in Italy. So it was different. And that's what I think shaped and formed me as to who I am today.
Okay. Did it confuse you?
At the time, no. But growing into my teenhood, coming back to Ghana at the age of 13, you kind of want to be in the same, growing up environment, boarding school, primary school, secondary school kind of setting with people that are here. So not speaking English, because when I came back, I didn't speak a word of English. I had to relearn how to speak English all over again, as I'm speaking now.
Right.
And so it was different. It was confusing when I became a teen, because you're going through your hormonal changes, you're discovering, your character, your personality. So yes, it was confusing, but not anymore.
And where did the French come in?
First of all, when I came back from Ghana at the age of 13, all I spoke was Italian. So I was in GIS for about 2 years, and then it was time to do my common entrance. So I went to Laboni Secondary School and did my common entrance there. And my father, who's estranged, and again, you're the only one that will get me to say this, but I'm saying this for a good reason, because I want to, at some point, also give women some hope.
Yeah.
And also trust in themselves that paternal abandonment is not the only way that you actually find who you are. Your self-worth is not through being left by your father or being left by a man. It's through you discovering your weakness about who you really are. That's what makes you strong. So
So you were raised as by a single mother?
I had a stepfather who was Italian,
Okay.
So he was my father, clearly.
Right.
And at some point, you want to get to know, your biological father. So I wanted to get to know him. So I went to Abidjan, where he lived with his new family, his new kids. And don't forget, I'm a teen, going into a different country, don't speak the language, and I don't even know this man. So I had to get to know him. And so that's how come French came about, because I did my secondary school in Abidjan.
And how was it like finding your father? So at what point did you lose touch with your father? Age 5 when you went to Italy? Or it was before then?
Age 2.
Age 2. Yeah. But finding your father and then trying to bond with him, how was it like for you?
Mixed emotions, because, I was lost, because clearly I'm coming from an Italian setting. I'm black. I'm speaking Italian, but that's not really my language. I see a man that is a mirror of me in terms of his character, the way he looks, the way his poise, his charisma, everything about him is me, but in a man form, so he's very handsome. So it was, initially I was just in awe of him, because I wanted to impress him. I wanted to be his doting daughter. I wanted to be his number one, because clearly that's who I am. But he was going through his own transitions. He was going through his own emotional roller coasters, and I was transitioning as well. So I guess not wanting to expose him to that extent, I guess it was trying on both of us, because we didn't know each other. I was a very stubborn teen, because I was a tomboy.
Right.
And
really?
Yes. Now I'm wearing heels and a dress, but I was a tomboy.
Right.
So I think we had moments where we were loggerheads, where, your father says something and you say, no, I think this and think that. So we had lows and highs.
So you didn't really hit it off?
Initially, yes. I mean, you see your father for the first time, you are impressed and you are, overjoyed, and all you want to do is just be his best daughter, really. So I was happy, but reality struck.
Right. Reality struck. But he's an Attoh.
He's an Attoh.
But somehow you never gave up your Attoh name.
No, I'm a girl woman. I won't give it up.
When you got married, even when you got married, you maintained the Attoh.
I did.
Why?
Because I'm very proud from where I come from. Anyone that has asked me any questions about where I'm from, I always say that I come from Jamestown. I come from Ebenezer Chambers, 1923.
Oh, yeah,
from
right.
Now House. Yes, I'm very proud of my origins. And in as much as my ex-husband at the time, also gave me his name, I was very
very
steadfast on my on wanting to maintain my surname.
It didn't cause any rift?
It did.
It did, because
respectfully, it was a traditional marriage, actually.
Right. Okay. So you have how many kids now?
I have 2.
2?
Yes.
Boy and a girl?
A girl and a boy. 21-year-old and a 17-year-old.
Oh, stop it. 20 what?
21-year-old and a 17-year-old. Who thinks he's 30?
Can you stand up and leave?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Leave. Wow. I'm sure she gets it, or your daughter gets it. Is that your sister?
Yes, all the time.
And I'm sure she will tell you, she's my mother, not my sister.
Yes.
Michelle Attoh is the MD of Emerge Ghana. We take a short break. When we come back, we'll get talking some more. But let me acknowledge my sponsors. That's Anointed Electrical Engineering Services, the generator expert. And then Tinated Venicare, Tinated Tom Care, Tinated Malacare. Lip tomato, good taste. And Access Bank with their Access W product, also for women, and their maternal health product. I'm sure you've heard about it on the Standpoint, and if you need any further information, just walk into any of their branches and they will sort you out. Thank you to NS Chemists. They produce affordable and quality medicines. We take a break. When we come back, we continue with the untold story. Adiameni na so misaka.
Middo, president what?
Odo, oyo best ma pawo. Kwaswa num tinated venicare what? Wonim say tinated venicare. Enum kwani bibidra. Clinically no, ya testing with Department of Pharmacology and Microbiology at University of Ghana on Medical School.
Sir?
Omudu stamp we say bye. Minia, num tinated venicare what?
Hey, tinated ambassador.
Abuye papa. Free 020-816-0807 and 0276-875629.
Tinated in Euro.
When it comes to your family, turn to the anti-malarial you can trust. Mala 2. Mala 2 is a highly effective artemether lumefantrine anti-malarial available in syrup and tablets, specially formulated for children and adults. Keep the whole family healthy with Mala 2.
There is this new generator set we would like to introduce to you in this era of power outages.
I hope this time around you're going to give us something better.
Yes. Let's go out and have a test run.
Hey, you call this box a generator? Get a quality one from Anointed Electrical Engineering Services.
Come to Anointed Electrical Engineering Services for a permanent solution to your power problems. We do 24/7 after sales service, sales of spare parts for all generators and cables, and we repair all generators even if you didn't buy from us. Locate our head office at number 77 Anointed House off of Dokomala Main Road. Anointed, the generator experts.
The things you do for me.
It's a new beginning and a new dawn. The Standpoint, 8 years of impacting women and society by the grace of God. The celebration kicks off with the Women Call to Worship Conference on the 9th of July at Trinity Baptist Church, opposite former IPS. Theme, Woman, where is your faith? Come, let's praise and worship together with women and men of substance who have graced our programs over the years. Performing are Willie and Mike, Wedua, Cece Chum, Becky Bonnie, Cynthia Macaulay, Tina Mumford.
Poetry by Nanaya Owusua.
There will also be special ministration by Becca, Amanda Gifty, and others. The Muslim Women's Conference follows on the 16th of July at the forecourt of GDA Studios, 9 a.m. prompt, under the theme The Muslim Woman, Promoting Peace and Development. Come deliberate with Muslim women and men across the country. And finally, get your sports gear ready for the 8th Femathon, a walk for peace on the 23rd of July. Venue, Elwak Sports Stadium, Accra. Time, 6 a.m. There will be fun games, cooking competition, and so much more.
Sponsored by, supported by media partners.
The Standpoint at 8. Woman, arise and shine. Your new dawn is here.
Welcome back. Remember, this program is also aired on ABN TV on Sky Channel 235, which is across Western Europe, parts of Canada, Asia, and North Africa. Our website, www.thestandpoint.com.gh, is powered by Dream Over. Thank you to our supporters, Go-Got Yogurt, Pilko Fruit Juices, Awake Purified Water, any bottle of Awake Purified Water you buy, they contribute 1 Ghana Peswa to the Cardiothoracic Fund. It's so important. So important. So make sure you patronize it. And thank you to Matamis for our ports. Jandel gave us this beautiful flower arrangement behind Michelle. But Michelle.
Yes.
Celebrity on TV. That beautiful lady on TV. Stubborn. In Ultimate Paradise.
Yes.
Do you miss Uncle Wallace?
Oh, bless his soul. Yes, I do miss him. And I have to say it to Ghana that if it wasn't for Wallace Bampo, who saw the light in me to say, be Monique Addison, I wouldn't be where I am today. So bless his family, bless his vision, bless his soul, bless him.
Before Ultimate Paradise, what were you doing? Who were you? What were you doing?
You know, Gifty, life has taken me through a lot of challenges. And, you know, it may seem that I'm all put together and I'm all, you know, poised and all, you know, confident even.
Right.
But I've come to accept certain things about myself. I've come to accept the fact that I had insecurities.
You?
Yes. I've come to accept the fact that
you hid it so well.
I think it's not so much hiding it, it's accepting it. The fact that I wasn't in denial about who I really was or who I really am. You know, we're all human beings and we all have flaws and we all walk around with cloaks of whatever. Confidence, aggressiveness, you know, overbearing attitudes, whatever it may be. In my case, you know, I was confident and I still am very confident, but I had to accept certain things about myself. The fact that I was weak, and that's what makes you strong, like I said.
You keep saying you're weak.
I was.
You were weak.
Yes.
What made you weak?
You know, when I take myself back to my life journey, up until this point in my life, when my father, you know, played a very critical role in my decision makings in my relationships, or in my relationship and in my self-understanding, I came to realize that I was insecure. I was seeking self-validation. I was looking for a replica of my father in men. Because he was gone, clearly, or he wasn't in my life. So up until the time that I accepted that and I went through it, I didn't really know who I was. So that's what made me weak.
So being confident doesn't mean that you don't have insecurities.
Of course I have insecurities. I even have fears. But I believe that, you know, your fears are self-made and self-perceived. You know, you have a fear. I had a fear of being a public speaker. I had a fear of being on stage. I had a fear of, you know, talking to people because I'm extremely shy, actually. But I confronted all those fears because I knew that I had the power and the words, the feelings didn't have the power over me.
Okay, so you came back.
I came back at
age 18 to take over the family.
Yes.
To become a caretaker.
Yes.
Right. So what were you doing?
I was waiting.
Just home?
I wasn't just home. I was, you know, within that time, I took professional courses in advertising and marketing at the GIJ.
Okay.
I also did my internship at the time at Novotel as a front desk receptionist.
Okay.
Because I speak French, je parle français, je parle anglais, je parle italien aussi. Si vous voulez que je vous parle en anglais, je peux.
Okay, stop showing off.
So I'll take it back. So basically, I was using my multilingual skills.
After Ultimate Paradise, what did you really do?
Ultimate Paradise, I was working for my ex-husband at the time, actually, as his secretary.
Okay. Okay. So the secretary.
No, but it doesn't mean that every single secretary that you know.
No. I mean, of course, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. People might even their teachers and there's nothing. You never know. I mean, we say that you don't know where you meet your loved one.
That's true.
It's some people even meet them at the funeral grounds. I'm just teasing you that, you know. That means you married at a very early age.
I did.
How old were you?
I was 21.
21?
Yes.
Wow.
Very young.
Very young, yeah.
Very, very young.
Do you think you were ready when you married?
Like I said, I was in search for a father figure. So I was looking for self-validation. And I think a lot of women, you know, in that era, and still now are looking for that self-validation. And that's not who I am today. I don't need a man to tell me how beautiful I am. I appreciate it.
Right.
I definitely receive it. And it's not so much about the outer beauty. It's about, you know, my femininity, you know, my caretaking ways, my nurturing ways, my compassion, my character. You don't need somebody else to tell you. You have to get to know that about yourself.
Right.
So at the time, with lack of knowledge and self-awareness, I didn't think that I could receive that from my own self. So I was searching for validation.
How long were you married for before you divorced?
11 years.
11 years, okay. 11 years.
11 years.
Wow. And how was it like for you?
How was it like then?
For you, I mean, like divorcing after 11 years.
Painful. Absolutely painful, because a part of you is torn away. A part of you is lost in the years. And you're finding yourself in the new place that you are now. You know, a lot of rumors in town, because clearly as a celebrity, or rather a public figure, people will say all sorts of things about you. And exactly.
But was it you?
I think I take responsibility where I was wrong, because it's never one-sided. I never think that, you know, a divorce, unless maybe there is domestic violence.
Okay.
And to that, I don't condone any kind of reason to bear the blame. Right. No woman should accept the fact that if she is hit, touched, or emotionally abused by a man, that it's her fault. It's never her fault. Never. But I was who I was, and who I am today, I'm not the same person. So I take responsibility for my actions at the time. For the breakup. So anyone that's gone through a breakup, you have to take responsibility. You can't blame one person.
But did you realize it at that time, or it took time for you to come to that realization that, okay, I played my part, I contributed to this?
I realized to a certain extent, but not being mature or not being seasoned to acknowledge certain things in your life. At some point, you will allow your ego, your pride. You will also allow the fact that you are, you know, the sorry me syndrome, I call it, where the woman feels sorry for herself. It's not my fault, it's all him, he's to blame, he didn't do this, he didn't do that. But meanwhile, you weren't, or I wasn't, maybe docile enough for him. Maybe I wasn't patient enough for him. Maybe I wasn't, whatever it is, I was not for him. So at the time, I took some extent of responsibility, and I put it under this because it's so long ago. But I realized to some extent, but now I know more what I could have done and should have done. But whatever happened because it's God's divine order.
So you've been divorced for, let's see, about 10 years now? 10 years now.
11 years, actually.
11 years. Your children were pretty young.
They were.
Did you take them with you?
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
I'm sure you saw that. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So who was the caretaker?
My
Who was
mother.
Your mother.
My
Bless
mother.
her.
My mother has been my rock. My mother has been my foundation. I mean, she has gone through so much, and if she wasn't around, I don't know how I would have been able to survive and also overcome those trials. But above all, I have to thank God for the support that I got, because I found God in the midst of the storm.
Right.
Literally.
Right. Were you also at a point afraid that what happened to your mother in terms of the challenges she went through was happening to you?
As in history repeating itself?
History repeating itself.
I wouldn't really know how to answer that question, because my journey is completely different from hers. And it may to some extent have been the same, but no.
But at any was there a point in time where you told yourself that I'm not going to let what my mom went through or happened to my mom happen to me? You went through that phase?
I did.
And you tried to fight it?
And I stuck through it for 11 years.
11 years out of marriage. Did Michelle in between
I knew you were going
fall
to go
in
to
love
that.
somehow? On that note, let me take a break. When we come back, we'll continue. You're watching The Standpoint. You know this program is also aired on ABN TV on Sky Channel 235. In our website, www.thestandpoint.com.gh. It's powered by A Dream Over. Thank you to Chic by Siba for my dress, and the fabric is by JTP, 50 years of still styling the nation, and my accessories by MHC. Thank you to the Power Cosmetics, gives us the makeup product and makeup and more applies the makeup for us. We'll be back.
Hello, I'm Amma, and I'm a W Young professional.
My name is Benedetta. I'm a W in business.
Hi, I'm AC, and I'm proud to represent the W and family.
I have access to the best sources of inspiration, an outstanding mentor, career workshops, and more.
I am connected to a panel of professional advisors. I even got a new business partner through a W seminar.
Being a working mother is amazing, and W empowers us with special lifestyle offers, an early saver for the kids, and bank assurance protection for the whole family.
Sign on to W at any Access Bank branch near you.
Get inspired.
Get connected.
Get empowered.
W, inspiring, connecting, empowering.
The things you do for me.
It's a new beginning and a new dawn. The Standpoint, 8 years of impacting women and society by the grace of God. The celebration kicks off with the Women Call to Worship Conference on the 9th of July at Trinity Baptist Church, opposite former IPS. Theme, Woman, where is your faith? Come, let's praise and worship together with women and men of substance who have graced our programs over the years. Performing are Willie and Mike, Wedua, Cece Chum, Becky Bonnie, Cynthia Macaulay, Tina Mumford.
Poetry by Nanaya Owusua.
There'll also be special ministration by Becca, Amanda Gifty, and others. The Muslim Women's Conference follows on the 16th of July at the forecourt of GDA Studios, 9 a.m. prompt, under the theme The Muslim Woman, Promoting Peace and Development. Come deliberate with Muslim women and men across the country. And finally, get your sports gear ready for the 8th Femathon, a walk for peace on the 23rd of July. Venue, Elwak Sports Stadium, Accra. Time, 6 a.m. There will be fun games, cooking competition, and so much more.
Sponsored by, supported by media partners.
The Standpoint at 8. Woman, arise and shine. Your new dawn is here.
Live, live. Hey, hi. One can. Neighbor in a to for dinner.
LEAP.
Lip tomato paste.
Oh,
What else?
honey. When it's a little tomato paste, you are there. And so be so.
Don't want to say hi.
Madam, the food tastes very good. What's the secret?
LEAP.
Lip. Lip tomato paste. Emma Edouani de Papa.
For bulk purchase, contact 050-140-1088.
Me ye baatan na ba no me mofra pomuden ne waduane die mu a eye mahiasam kese pa Kidix syrup eye mofra mojadura yesum nuane no ahodo pi ede agum enti eboa mofra ne didihie enyini brom fefefe eye mofra ma yare afe no mu ho to wo mo abofra ne moja so atie abofra wa ye malnourished ana abofra ne aduane die mu enkoyie Kidix syrup ye de mofra monya abusumi nsia kosi enfie dumie no ubenya Kidix syrup ewo Sons Chemist, Lancer Chemist, Baseline Pharmacy, and as a pharmaceutical shop will be a mo. Shannon Small, Jucard Pharmacy at Jumekwo, Sha Ewoka Swa, and a Dia Bejaso, Opedoso Pua Fre 0244 560 296. Kidix syrup, a yamo from Jedro Papa.
Hush, my little baby.
For babies' tummy pains, minor digestive upsets, or teething, caring mothers everywhere use Auntie Mary's Baby Gripe Mixture. It's quick, effective, and sure to leave babies smiling again in no time. Auntie Mary's Baby Gripe Mixture from Ennis Chemist, because everyone needs a chemist.
Welcome back. I'm sure this is one of the programs that you'll be asking for part 2 very soon. I know that. But let me acknowledge my sponsors, NS Chemist, producers of quality and affordable medicines, Anointed Electrical Engineering Services, Tinated Venicare, Tinated Tom Care, and Tinated Malacare. And finally, Access W, a product by Access Bank. I have with me in the studio groups from Calvary Grace, there's a group from Calvary Grace Chapel, Assemblies of God at La. Michelle.
Yes.
Your children's father.
Yes.
Has he remarried?
Yes, he has.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So your children have a bond with his children?
They have a very strong bond. Even I have a strong bond with his new wife.
Okay.
I think that it's important to let...
You have a strong bond with his new wife?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, I do.
Was that necessary?
Yes, I do.
No, was that necessary to bond with?
Well, the past is the past. The present is where we are now. I can't hold on to anything that has gone. And besides, that's his new love today. Why will I create a rift between them? Because if I do create a rift between them, consciously or not, it will create a rift between me and my kids, or him and his kids. It's gone, it's done. Let it go.
Was that stance because of the loss of contact you had with your father, so you didn't want that to repeat?
Maybe you saying it now has brought more perspective, but I'm someone that I don't hold on to grudges. I don't believe in that. You know, at the end of the day, the more you hold on to something that has hurt you in the past, the more imprisoned you are of moving forward.
Now,
you have to let go.
About moving forward,
yes.
How did you put yourself back together after that painful divorce process to move on?
Well, that's it. You have to go through pain to be able to understand pleasure. You know, I found myself in so many situations in my life where at the time I thought I was in the worst situation. I've lost money. I lost my ex-husband. I lost, faith in myself. I lost relationships. But it's through all of those losses that I gained insight. I gained a connection and a bond with God. I gained self-awareness. I gained strength. I believe that you have to go through pain to be able to enjoy pleasure. That's why they say no pain, no gain. You have to lose to gain. Right. You have to be, at the very bottom. And I always say this: you know who you are when you're at the very bottom to be able to look up and say, God is around.
Right.
God's got my back.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So you said at a point in time you were at the rock bottom.
Yes.
Yeah. And the women today,
yes,
watching you today,
yes,
and some of them in the studio who are currently at the rock bottom because of what one man or the other, has or have done to her, and painful divorce and all that, and she's at a standstill. Or sometimes they seem to be moving on, but holding on to the pain. How can such a person move on? How can she deal with the pain?
First of all, you take time out to assess the situation. You be honest with yourself. Like I said in the beginning, I, at the time, recognized the things that I did that were the contributing factors to the breakup of my relationship. I didn't accept everything. So first of all, you have to accept what has happened. Denial will always keep you, stagnant. So acceptance, number one. You have to go through grieving. You have to grieve the loss. That it's gone, it's done. You have to cry. You've got to, shed off the past. You've got to also reintegrate yourself in society. I'm not saying go and date immediately, but do things for the community, do things for the family, do things that take your mind away from what was, the habit. To be honest with you, when a relationship breaks up or a relationship breaks down, what you really miss is the habit of being in that relationship, not so much the person per se. Because you're in the habit of seeing the person every single day, talking to the person, doing the, the lovey-dovey things every day. And so that's what you're stuck to.
Right.
So you have to let go of that, because if it's done, it's done.
Right.
You can't undo it.
Yeah. And I know someone who said to me, Gifty, it's like, I'm a loser because I've lost him to somebody else. That he left me because he says he's found somebody else. So I feel like I've lost her. She was fighting to hold on to the man because it's like, to her, it's like a battle.
You can't do that.
How can I lose him to another woman?
When you throw a boomerang out and it goes and it comes back, then it's yours. If it doesn't, then it's not. Why force something that is gone? I don't believe in insisting. The more you insist on something that is not yours, what you resist will persist, basically. Bless it, release it, and move on.
Bless it, release it,
and move on.
Bless it, release it, and move on. Thank you very much. She deserves a round of applause. Now, in terms of moving on,
Yes.
where are you now? What is next? What is Michelle doing now?
So my company, Emerge Ghana, is a PR and marketing / advertising agency. That's what takes up majority of my time.
Okay.
But I like to fill my time with so many different things that are of substance, things that I can learn from, things that I can impart my time and my purpose, or find my purpose in. I want to go more into mentoring.
Okay.
I want to go more into empowering women, single parents.
Right.
I think that we are forgetting the fact that, there's a need to talk to one another.
Right.
There's a need to support one another, to encourage one another, to say to one another, it's okay, cry on my shoulder if you need to. I'll be there for you.
Right.
So those are things I want to go more into. I also have my TV show as well, which is currently in production.
Okay.
And
is it still at home with Michelle Attoh? You're coming with something different?
It's something new.
Okay. Right.
And I'm also going to be doing a dramedy very soon, which is a drama comedy. And very soon there will be auditions that will be coming out. So anyone that wants to be featured on the show, we will give all the details on the social media pages very soon.
Does Michelle have a love life?
Michelle's heart is content.
Michelle's heart is content. So there must be love in there.
Well, I give love, I receive love. That's all I can say.
So she gives love, she receives love. That's all she can say. It's been awesome talking to you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. I am fulfilled.
Good.
Satisfied.
Good.
Good. Right. We take a break. When we come back, I give you a bit of me. So out there, now that there's nothing like Superwoman. Superwoman lives in a song and in a movie or in a cartoon. No single woman has it all together. It's okay to have insecurities. It's okay to have fears. It's okay to have failures in life. It's okay to make mistakes. But what is most important is how you come to accept it. Put yourself together and move on, one step at a time. It's not a race. It's not a rush. Married, single, children, no children, what have you. The most important thing is to identify your purpose, your talent, and work with it. And work with it. For a long time, I kept telling people that I'm not going to wait for marriage. Marriage will have to catch up with me if it is the will of God. Don't let us waste all our time one place, feeling miserable, thinking about the past. Yes, maybe you may think that it's easy for me to say, no. We still have our pains, our insecurities, our fears. There are things that I may never forget, the betrayals we go through and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, how do you want to be remembered? My name is Gifty Auntie. I try to do my best and leave the rest to God. And above all, I have crazy faith in God. Thanks for watching. See you same time next week. Bye for now.